Good afternoon, everyone. This is YC. Welcome to YC Cooks and Bakes. This is the day after Easter Sunday, so I was just going to have kind of like a fend for yourself night, but it turns out that we're all wanting something, to have something. So I'll just go ahead and whip something up, and I thought I would take you along for the ride. So you can just come and cook with me for a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use some part leftovers from my fridge. We have a half an onion here left over. I'll go ahead and start using this. And yes, I cut the ends off mine. That's just how I've always done it. Sorry, that's how I do it. You know how you get used to doing a certain way. If you have a certain way, it's off to you. I have a lot of people say, "Oh, why do you do that?" I do. That's what I do. I do. I normally use a smaller knife, though. I will say that. I don't like this big knife. I'm just seeing if I want to use it or not. Okay. Yeah, I really don't like using the big knife. I have more control over a serrated steak knife. And I know that drives some chefs crazy, but I'd rather have a smaller knife. I just feel more comfortable with it than this one. Okay, so we have a little bit of chopped onion we're starting off with. That was in my fridge. Which is good because when it's cold, you don't get the tears as much. Go ahead and put this in my bowl. Oh, did you hear that noise? That was my German Shepherd sneezing. She has allergies too, just like we do. Are you okay, Bella? That was a big sneeze for our German Shepherd. Here's some part pepper. Oh, really tiny pieces of onion and pepper. I don't know if you can see it or not. Bring you where you can see it. It's probably someone had, used part of it in an omelet or something and then just didn't use the rest of it. But we'll put this in our bowl too. We all get cooking in here and then we end up with all these part containers of stuff. There's another part container. We'll use it up too. Okay. We sure end up with a lot of stuff at the end of the week in the refrigerator. Now I just want to use some of it up before I go shopping again, Might as well, if it's still good, See? I'm just not used to using a big knife. I don't think it cuts that great. Everybody brags about it, but I think it cuts terrible. I do. I'd rather have a serrated knife. Call me crazy, whatever. I don't think this cuts good at all. Not for me, anyway. Maybe it's operator error. I probably don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right, we got some colorful stuff here. We got some onion and some orange pepper in here. Maybe I'll put a little bit of mushrooms. I'm going to go get a paper towel to wipe some of them off because you're not supposed to put them in, immerse them in water. Okay. I hope everybody had a nice weekend. If you hear a loud noise, the jets are flying. I live, right by a base. So, like one street over. It gets pretty loud. Pretty loud. Our meal turned out beautiful for Easter. The ham was absolutely delicious. I got it on sale at a really good deal on it at Food Line. And my apple pie turned out really, really good. It was very, very delicious and scrumptious. There's 2 pieces left. I'm hoping my husband had a piece already. I never know. He doesn't eat that much these days. He's just not interested. He works such odd hours and has to keep such odd sleeping hours. I think it messes with his appetite. Okay. You think this is loud enough? Like I said, I don't know how to cut with these big knives. I really don't like it. I just wanted to see if I would like it more. Because everybody was picking on me yesterday about using a small serrated knife. I'm much more comfortable with it than I am this one. There we go. We got some stuff to start off cooking with. I'll meet you at the stove. Okay, we're at the stove. And I'm going to heat up my pan. And this, I saw this, and I'm just going through the fridge, making sure if I, use up things that need to be used before I lose them. And this was there, and it said, doesn't have a used by date, which some packages of meat do. This does have a sell by date, which they all have. And it said to sell by April 15th. Well, I looked at it, the color is still there. And and it smells fresh still. So I'm going to cook this ground beef, before I lose it or before it starts to, look bad or smell bad. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my pan, and I'm going to cook this up. So this will be, our meal will have ground beef in it. I just have to cook it up and drain the fat out of it. I have a little crock that holds all the grease so that I don't go ruining my pipes and stuff. And I just drain, any fat in that crock. This says it's 80-20, so it's 80% lean, 20% fat. And it was the unit price $4.79 a pound. So this was exactly 1 1/4 pounds 1.25 pounds, and it was $6.01. I know, it's expensive for one frying pan of ground beef, $6, you know. So we're going to cook this up so that we don't lose. Yeah, it smells nice and fresh still. I can tell. I'm very particular about beef. I have a new trash can, and you can't hear the trash can close. You ever see those trunks like on Lincolns and stuff where you'll go to slam the trunk, but then at the last minute it slows down and just closes gently? I have a trash can like that. You can like fling it open. Instead of it slamming shut, it stops at a certain point and closes gently. But I really don't like it. It kind of drives me crazy. All right, so I'm gonna get this ground beef cooked up. Okay, we have to drain the beef now because it's all cooked. And this is I'll show you my crock that I put it in. It goes in this thing, and it has like a filter and it has a lid. You might have seen these before. But I put it in my sink, and then I use a large plate across the frying pan, and that's how I drain it. So here's the cooked beef, and I just move it like this. And let me make sure that's out of the way. And then I just drain it. See? And it filters through. There's a filter in the top of it. And that way it catches, you know, any like chunks and stuff like that. And that's how I drain the beef. And then when this gets full, you know, you can either take it to a dump or you can like burn it off. You know, it depends on, you know, where you live and how, you know, your area disposes of stuff. But most places have an area for you to dispose of cooking grease and oils. There's a special bin for it, you know. There, and that's it. And then I just take this off, put it in my dishwater, and see the beef's all nice and dry and not oily and greasy and unhealthy as far as beef can go, you know what I mean. And then I put the lid on, and then it goes back on my counter. Okay, at this point, I'm going to put a little bit of garlic. And, you know, I didn't want to put all my seasonings before. I just put salt and pepper. I didn't want to put all of them because then it drains out. You know, when you drain your grease, it drains out. So, turn it back on now. Now I'm going to put in all of our, you know, mushrooms and peppers and onions. And cook all these together. It's starting to look really good. And I started taking stuff out of the cupboard that I could use to cook this meal. I'll show you what I have in here. See? But I'm going to probably put stuff on top of these extra wide egg noodles. And I might use that can of kidney beans today too. So I'll go ahead and get this cooked up. Okay, my meat and veggies were cooked, so I went and transferred them to my glass bowl. And I'm going to move you aside so you can, well, if I move this pot, you'll see. See, I have this big pot right here, and I'm going to be boiling the extra wide egg noodles. And then this pot, I'm going to make right now I'm going to make a basic white sauce so that it can go with the meat and veggies that we can put over the egg noodles. So it's going to be kind of like a surprise stroganoff. It's not exactly a stroganoff recipe, so we'll just call it my surprise stroganoff. Okay, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, just to let you know what I'm doing. I have melted a little bit of butter in this pan, and I just put some flour with it to make a roux to start my basic white sauce, which is, the thickening agent. And then you'll see over there I have some soy milk, and we'll use some soy milk to make the base for our sauce this evening. And that's what I'm doing right now, in case you're wondering. Okay, just so you know, the flavoring in my white sauce this evening will be, even though it's kind of a beef dish, I still can use some chicken bouillon and probably a little bit of, mushroom soup because I do have mushrooms in it, and I thought that this would bring a lot of flavor to it, and plus stretch it to go over the noodles for my large family. And I just wanted to let you know what I was doing to the white sauce. Looks like it's already thickened and done. I'm going to take it off and finish adding my ingredients. Okay, just to show you what it looks like when I thicken the soy milk, it looks like this. See, that's what it looks like. It's a beautiful sauce. Okay, I'm done everything. And this is what the sauce looks like. And the pound of egg noodles. And I'll go ahead and meet you at the counter. Okay, everyone, it's our supper time. And I am all done this dish, and I'm going to call it beef and veggie surprise stroganoff. If so, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want my recipe, I will leave it in the description. And this is what it looks like. Okay. I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.